Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the show this evening. It's my mate GB and the legend, that is, the Bridgeman. Evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Oxshire. Good evening, Bridgeman. Pleasure to be on tonight with the both of you on a strange Wednesday night for GB.
It's great. Oh, big good evening to yourself, Oxshire, and of course GB and the techie boys in the background. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
I think the listeners might want to hear that Locarno story, Bridgeman.
Oh, it was brilliant. What a night we had, or I. But when we came out the Locarno and went into a restaurant, we came out of the restaurant, I couldn't find the car. I was steaming in the Locarno. I was, oh dear, what a state.
Oh dear, what a man, GB, eh?
No, they fancy liqueurs, Bridgeman, eh?
Oh, that was in the good old days when I could actually drink and be merry and get steaming.
He just usually leaves me the bill wherever he goes to the GB.
Well said, pal. Well said. No. Great nights, great memories.
That's just the food, Docs.
What's that?
That's just the food.
Aye.
Right, we digress as usual, but listen, mate, we're moving into really, if we're honest, GB, we're moving in. This is it. This 6 weeks now. We're new to the 1st of March. The season's up for play, mate, so we'll get roughly 6 weeks, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's going to be exciting. Hang on to your hat, and hopefully, it goes your way. GB, yeah?
Aye, Ox. It is very, very hard not to be too hopeful because of previous seasons, mate. But I tell you something, mate, it's just something about the stars aligning and now the way we've handled the transfer business so far. I don't know, the manager seems to have a bit of a spring in his step as well, Ox. I don't know, it's just there's a feeling, it's got, I know that I'm saying the exact same feeling as Seville, but there's something there that we just, now that way you want to believe, but you don't want to fully commit yet, kind of thing. And that was a bit like Seville.
I get it, mate. Aye. Fingers crossed, and don't want to jinx it, you know. But somebody on the show, I'm not doing the posting pre-match shows because he doesn't want to jinx the good fun we're on, you know. So all these things, Bridge has got the same underpants on.
The same one now as well.
Excuse me.
It's definitely exciting, Bridge. I don't know if you've looked that far ahead. And I know tomorrow night's the game we're going to talk about most of the night, but I just want to run you through this run of games we've got, yeah, coming up. And I know some people wouldn't have looked that far ahead, and I understand that. We'll get Reds tomorrow night in Europe. Then we're at home to Dundee and away to Porto next Thursday. And then it starts. Away to Hibs, home to Kilmarnock on Wednesday. Scottish Cup tie against Stranraer at the moment, to be confirmed of what we're reading in the press today. Then on Wednesday the 11th, we're away to Motherwell. Then we're at home to Hearts on the 15th. Then we're away to Livingston on the 22nd. And then we play that mob at Ibrox, and then it's the international break. It's going to be exciting, Bridge. It's going to go quick, and it's. Have you looked that far ahead, Bridge?
I haven't actually, but I'm just listening to you there. It's quite enthralling. If you think about what's ahead is and how we've been playing, and we've been improving. Obviously, we don't think we're going to be world beaters, but we're going to do a lot better than we thought at the beginning of the season, based on the form we had. I just think I think our fans can look forward to these games without any major trepidation. The usual ones will come up, the Hibs and Motherwells. You think, oh my God, we should beat them, but hey, what, you maybe go a goal down against them, that kind of things. But I'm sure we will step up and take care of it. But if we get 1-0 in every game for the next 7 games or something,
all day long.
Absolutely, do me fine. That would cause a lot of problems, a major problem.
It went in the heart ward.
Aye.
Aye. GB, it's exciting, isn't it? It starts tomorrow night. It starts tomorrow night.
I think it's important to keep the feel-good factor, Ox, going. I don't think it's a be-all and end-all tomorrow night. Just because I think full focus should always just be on the league.
It could be important, mate. It could be.
Aye, because there's Champions League kind of seen
Aye.
that. Aye. I don't know. Like, what would you take? Would you take the 40 million automatically, or would you win the league? I don't know. It's like one of the ones, isn't it? It's. I think I'll stick to the excitement now, and it's for me the league. I hope for a good performance tomorrow night, just to keep the feel good factor going, Ox. And I know we'll get onto it again, but see, just you reading out the fixtures there now and just looking at the league, I think it worked out there. We're looking at about 1, 2, 3, 4 home. I think it was 4 home, 3 away.
Are we just talking league games?
Just league games, aye.
Yeah. Well, league games were at home to Dundee. Yeah.
Yep.
Mostly Sunday, yeah. And in February, we're home to Kilmarnock. Home to Hearts, yeah. And then we're home to that month, the 1st of March, mate.
So it's a lot of homes there, which you would think is going to drive us on, Ox. That's where we need to be 100%. I mean, the way, as Bridge says, the away games they'll pop up and will be a bit tricky for us because they always are. But the home games, as you've always said, Ox, it's the bread and butter. We need to win the home games. That puts mega pressure on the other teams when they're playing away that weekend. You know what I mean? So, but very exciting and very winnable, Ox. I think even without the signings, looking at the kind of fixtures to that run up to the next Old Firm, it's doable, mate.
Yes, anything else, Bridge, yeah?
Yeah, I'm really hopeful that the players are going to continue to step up and show good form, start to show good form for the ones that haven't done it. But the guys that are going to be brought in, I think 1 or 2 of them will get games, and I think we'll start to see players with strength in their game, because that's what we need. We need some strength, particularly midfield. We need to be stronger in midfield, and of course. Need to be strong in defence. I've been playing it for a long time. We just need to do it, and I'm really happy. I think the way the guys have played so far, and basically our recovery so far has been quite good. And admittedly, it's amazing. Admittedly, it's amazing.
How
are you feeling about it, Ox? Like,
I keep saying this, GB, mate. That back in October time, if you thought we were going to have an exciting January, you'd have thought we were nuts, mate, eh?
Aye. I think we were settling just to tidy up the season, Ox, weren't we? I think it was like give Danny Rowe time to build his team. This January transfer window was possibly, I think, when we're looking back, October was going to be just a kind of tidy up session, maybe bringing a couple of players for the following season kind of thing to bed them in. But I tell you something, the signings that came in, mate, they don't look as though they're. I mean, there are signings for the future, but they look as though they're signings for the here and now. You know what I mean? They look as though they've been. Aye, they look as though they've been signed to help us win a league, mate.
Listen, I've been doing this for a long time, the show, mate, and we've been let down with signings, and we've also been shocked with signings how good they are. All areas of our club. But if you go back to when we signed the highest ever player, Tory Andrew Foe, we signed him. Everybody thought he'd waltz it up here. When you look in isolation at his goal scoring record, It's okay. Yeah, but he wasn't having great performances, so he became a disappointment, even though we got a large chunk of our money back on him. So he wasn't the flop that everybody makes out. There's other guys come in the door, you thought they were going to be magnificent, they weren't. In all years, Bridge, there's other guys come in the door and you don't fancy them, and they turn out to be cracking players,
Yeah, absolutely, pal, absolutely. What was his name? Joey, oh my God,
Barton.
the guy, Joey Barton. Major disappointment for
So
me.
never assigned them, Bridge. Never assigned them. Never assigned them, mate. You know?
Should never have signed him, you're right.
No.
Yeah, major disappointment. Major disappointment. Now, do you know the one that's disappointed me? I can't forget this. You remember when the Hearts goalkeeper, big Gordon, right? And he was sidelined for way over a season, and Ali McCoy became the manager of Rangers, and he brought him up to the training centre, and he took him. Rangers got him through other whatever it is they have to do with him, and he walked out of there and went straight to Celtic, and that disappointed me greatly. Just so wrong, so wrong.
That's what you call a Neil Diamond signing, mate.
A Neil Diamond?
Aye.
A Neil Diamond signing? What does that mean? Tell me.
Money talks.
Oh, money talks. Yeah, well done, yes. That's all it could have been.
It would have been for our blue jeans anyway.
I was really hurt with that. That really hurt me. The Rangers spent, shall we say, quite a few £1,000 on that, getting him back, because they thought he would never play again. And the guy's still playing now. Anyway, we'll not talk about him.
Aye, but that's what happens. And I hope these guys are their own success. The three guys who were brought in, because if they're their own success in the next 6 weeks, GB, we're going to be in some place come the 2nd of March, yeah?
Aye, Ox, like I says, full of confidence and ready to get on to the next hurdle after that. You mean, and I think the new guys, the good thing is that now that it's built into like strength and depth. I mean, you're looking at that Danish boy, you could probably run him for the 70, 75 minute mark, and then you're taking him off. And I know he's not been great and stuff like that, but we have got Ant-Man there coming back as well, so he could easily see out a game just to protect or kind of a star signing. And then, like I says, we've got now a left back in that can, like I says, rest the young boy Magoma, because I would imagine he's probably running on empty a wee bit, mate, because of the amount of games he's been playing for us and playing so well in them as well, got the intensity and stuff like that.
In this 6 week, the schedule is pretty tough, So
he's shown he's robust, Ox.
I like the young man. I don't think he's the greatest defending fullback we've ever got. I've ever had, but I think he's got potential, And if he's going through the ranks, you'd be delighted, But he's not our player, but the other boy is. So watch this space. But I'll tell you what we'll do, gentlemen. We've got the manager, Danny Rowe, yeah?
Yep.
And we'll hear from him, and then we'll get an idea about his thoughts on tomorrow night. Maybe injuries, or they might try and prod him about signing. So if you don't mind, gentlemen, get yourself on mute, and let's hear for the one and only Danny Rowe.
Obviously, Ludogorets arrive with a good attacking profile. How do you think we match up to them, and where do you see their strengths and weaknesses?
Straight in, good. I like it. I think it's a competition where we have not won so far. I think this is our challenge. We want to win the first game in this competition. I think it's also important. We want to keep the momentum. I think win is a win. Doesn't matter which competition. We will face our opponent. They will play football. They try something. They have a clear structure. Sometimes surplus high. Sometimes they will also wait in a deeper block. 4-4-2, what we saw so far. It's about us. I think it's also for us a good challenge again on this level in this competition to show where we are at the moment. This week, with all the 3 signings on the pitch, you saw, good quality. I think the competition is there, the challenge is there. It's unfortunately not possible to take them to Raw. That is a little bit more for me. Manage all the players for tomorrow and then on Sunday. I think in some parts of the training we trained this week for both games with maybe the nearly starting 11 for both games. Let's see. But all in all, I think it was a good week. Also from the energy level, we look sharp, and this is what we want to see tomorrow.
Hi Danny, Europa League maybe hasn't gone as you would have liked. There are still coefficient points available for the next couple of games, and it may have a big impact in the summer. Do you allow yourself to look that far ahead, or is it just one game at a time?
Yeah, game by game. I think it's important that we start tomorrow to get more points on the table, and then we know next week we will face also a strong opponent, a very good opponent. But between this week we have still an important league game as well, and I think this is at the moment step by step. We have now 4 weeks with 8 games again, and it's for us to be in a good position after this 4 weeks.
Given that there is still that importance towards next year's Champions League qualification with these games, does it perhaps, change your thinking when it comes to the team lineup? Because, this might have been a game otherwise you would have looked to rest up with Dundee at the weekend, but given there is still importance to it.
I will not rest so many players for tomorrow. We go with a strong group, and then that this point is very important for us. We have to be successful in the league, otherwise this is not a topic for us. But of course we have now 16 games in the league, 2 games in Europe, and 4 hopefully cup games to go. And if we get a lot of points in this, then we will have a good summer.
Obviously, Lyle left the club on loan at the weekend. Some suggestions Finlay Curtis is also heading out on loan this week. Do you think the squad needs to see more departures because it is growing?
Yeah, I think it's a general a big part that we have new players in, but also some players that need game time. I think that was part by Lyle. He made in the last couple of weeks really a fantastic job. It was not easy for him, but he took this very professional. That was what I liked, and I think it's important now that he gets the minutes. I think he made straight the impact in the last game. This is good. And now we will see in the next 7 to 10 days. I think there will be some movements in out. I think so. But now we come a little bit to the crunch time in the transfer window, and then it's really about timing. Sometimes you have to be a little bit patient because we still know. When you look at the moment, our list for Europe is, I think, available players at the moment 15. It's a very small squad, and 3 days later we have still a game in the league. For this is also important to understand that you use all the players that are on the list in these games.
Have you had those conversations with some of the players that you would like to move on, just to be honest with them and say you're not going to get the opportunities that you perhaps want in the second half of the season here?
Not really, because in the last 7 to 10 days you never know. Now I speak with some players and say you should leave, and then it's not happened. Then it looks not fair. For me it's important, and this is the clear message, all the players are here, they get the same support, and if then something happens, then we should speak honest and direct. But my players knows this. More crucial is about that we increase our trainings limit and our game performance here at the moment.
Just in terms of the squad for tomorrow night, how are the kind of longer term injuries looking, and any changes from the game at the weekend?
I think unfortunately John Suter is out for this week. We got the result today. I think this is positive. We thought at the beginning it's long term, but now it's hopefully just until Monday, then he's back. That gives us a lift. Duchamp looks good on the pitch. I'm not sure if I take him on the weekend, because then we have a lot of games ahead of us where we have to use him, we have to manage him. Connor, is on the way, but it takes time. Derek is training hard to come back. And Bailey, of course, is also a long term.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, thanks for that, Mr. Fox. GB, good news, bad news, indifferent news. Looks as if there's movement in the transfer market. Injuries are coming back. Injuries are going out. It's just this time of the season, mate, isn't it?
Aye. It never seems to stop, Ox. I think it's just because we're pushing that hard, and like you say, it's because of the amount of games we're playing. I think John Suter, it took him a while to come back, and again, he's came back. He's been pivotal throughout the kind of Christmas period there for his Ox, but it's probably just caught back up with him again, and I think he's just got to be like Sterling a wee bit. We're just going to have to manage him. But thankfully, we've got Big Giga back, so he's covered. I know he's not the best Ox, but again, if he's able just to kind of give Suter that kind of rest when needed, mate, then we can manage it, mate, and that's what a squad depth's all about, mate. Might not have your best players on it all the time, but as long as you can manage it, then, like you say, if you're winning a game, you take your strongest staff and you put your other ones on to see out the game, mate.
Aye, that's it. You get at this time of the season, injuries on the uncommon bridge, are they, you know?
No, winter's a dreadful time in our climate, you know. The pitches we've got, you're going to get injuries. It's as simple as that. But we have to be able to have at least someone in the team, in the squad, that can actually pop in and be one of these guys that can play in a couple of positions for us to see us through. And I think you've got that in Dijon Sterling. But whether in fact he's managing to, shall we say, stay fit without getting himself injured. That is, we've got to manage him. As GB said there, we need to manage him. We'll get Suter in him, and it looks as if the way they are, they're going to a pitch, and they've had 2 games, and before you know it, they're off the pitch again, you know, and it's a longer time. So we have to manage these things, but we must have players in the squad that can step up, even if it's only 1 or 2 games out of them until the big ones get back. It's got to be done.
Yeah, well, obviously it depends if we bring anybody else in the transfer window. But the way we're speaking there, Sterling's going to be available as of next week, and John Suter will be back in training as of Monday. So the 2 of them are coming back, and hopefully that's them in for this run. Yeah, which will benefit the squad. Cornelius is training hard. Connor Barron, that's already a couple of weeks, mate. So he's maybe starting to get down the road. Wish him all the best in his recovery. Bailey Rice, we don't really see much of him as a first team squad member, but listen, we want him to develop and maybe learn when he's been out injured how important the game is to you, and kick on and improve and be challenging. Whether he's still going to be with his long term, I don't know. But look, it's a mixed bag, GB, and he didn't even. The thing about the coefficient stroke important of the game, he's very diplomatic in all his answers, isn't he?
He's very good with the press Ox. That's one thing. Like he knows how to think before he says something. Like that question, I think about the guy was saying that you got to have honest conversations with players and tell them that they should be looking elsewhere to get game time. Very diplomatic answer that he gave. He's like, well, no, I'm not going to have the conversations until there's replacements there that I know that are going to be taking their place, kind of thing. So, and he's managing the squad well with that, Ox, because you need to keep the guys motivated who are probably not going to get minutes, i.e. Danilo. He might be one of these ones that should be probably going out the door. But until, let's say, we've probably got another replacement there that can come in and cover that, then Danilo might be one of these players that pops up on a wet, rainy night against Hibs where we put him on as a sub and he gets the winner for us. But if you take away all that motivation, Ox, then again you might not get that reaction off him. So
smart management, mate. Smart management. Yeah, because obviously he's answered the question. We'll take him on his word. he's not going to go up to say, well, nah, your time here's done, and then a week later saying, I was only kidding, yeah, because everybody knows that such and such hasn't signed yet. A good manager wouldn't do that, Bridge, would he? He would
No, well, it shouldn't
encourage.
be.
No,
Shouldn't be.
at any
doing that.
level, at any level, you know. Bridge?
Yeah, I think that I think the managers. I quite enjoyed what he was saying there, and he's quite positive. You know, I don't think there's anything negative about him at all. He's just saying the truth about the condition of some players and how they're going to be up ready in a couple of days' time, and so on and so forth. And I think that's very positive, and he likes the way we've been playing, and I think he's confident about it and how his team's going to play. Because I don't see him as the greatest manager in the world, you know, because because we've never heard of him, and B, it's the first time we've ever really had someone like him like that. But my goodness, he seems to have made an effect or had an effect on our players, which is great, in my opinion. Great.
I'm up at his elbow. Something else I keep saying before you hear the second part, GB. He doesn't get too high, he doesn't get too low, and that's a great attribute to have. But that might know how he's feeling. You know, he might just be good at poker, as the saying goes. But I'm impressed with him, mate. He's answered the questions. He's got the politician head on, which sometimes the right way to do. You don't box yourself into a corner. He's honest, I think, as he can be with the support where we are with the team, and he's getting a tune out of everybody at the club.
No, and he's praising even players that have went out the door. There's that fine comment about Lyle Cameron, that he was pleased about how his reaction was when in his first game away for the club box. So, I mean, I don't know what the future will hold for Lyle, but again, it just shows you that the manager's he's put that out there, and hopefully that will give Cameron still a bit of confidence with coming back in the summer or whatever. You know what I mean? So he's like he says, he's very shrewd in how he's keeping everybody on side, Ox, and I think that's why he's in the position he's in the now, mate. I think that's why we're sitting challenging, mate, because everybody knows they've got a place to be, and they're no like sitting in the reject bin kind of thing.
Yeah, honesty can be the best policy, but there's times for straight talking as well, Bridget.
I like the way he spoke about Lyle Cameron, but it brings a question for me anyway, is we see the lad going from Rangers and going up to Aberdeen, and I'm not saying it was the biggest opposition in the world, but he's star man, man in the match, and to put a performance on like that, and he was brilliant. I saw wee snippets of it, and he looked really good. So if he's doing man of the match type performances for Aberdeen, and we couldn't get him on the park, and then he lasted. I don't know how many minutes he lasted, but I think it was nearly the full time. You know, so I think our manager has made a wise move, letting that boy go off on a loan for the 6 months and bring him back to what he wants to be, and it will get his ability back up again. Because I don't know what it was. Maybe the crowd didn't like him at Ibrox, but he needs to get back in and give the crowd something to make him like him again.
I'm not one for spreading rumours, but we'll hear for as you well know, Bridge, and listen about Fox, and they're usually truths, no rumours. Right? We'll hear for the second part of the show. And if I'm feeling generous, I'll let you hear the snippets I picked up. What do you think, GB?
Oh, no, see, now you're pulling out all the marshmallows, mate, in the campfire. We're all going to be sitting down here intrigued to hear what this is going to be.
Don't
Are you doing this just because GB's on the night?
No, GB and AB.
That's like a band, isn't it? AB, GB.
What it's proved to me, you're a couple of B's, but that's another story.
Hey! Shocking, by the way. What a shocker.
On with the OG.
Right, so get yourself on mute. and then we'll hear the second part of Danny Rowe, and maybe we'll get some calls. Just small snippets, don't get too excited. Make a small packet of marshmallows, GB. Get yourself in there.
Given how proactive you've been so far, Danny, are you a wee bit more relaxed in terms of the transfer window? You've obviously said you're still keen to add, but are you perhaps a wee bit more relaxed?
I think you can imagine I knock every day on the door from the recruitment and ask something new. But we made so far a good job. I think this is good to have these 3 players now here. And then what I said, it's about now timing. We have a clear idea, and now we have to wait. Maybe there's a domino on another club, and then we can take this opportunity for us. But this is now the next 7 to 10 days. It's you have to be ready when you have to be ready.
Danny, obviously the 3 guys you brought in have got good pedigree and you're excited about them, and as you say, transfer windows kind of crunch time, and just building on what's been spoken about there, would you be confident there's a chance of bringing in a real kind of wow signing between now and the end of January that really makes a statement for your intentions at going for the league?
I will not tell so much, because then maybe there's a disappointed if it's not the case. But maybe there's someone where we can bring an exciting signing in. But yeah, it's a lot of if and maybe, and let's wait.
Yeah, and also with the chance to go 7 consecutive games with wins, 7 wins on the bounce tomorrow night, how much is your view that winning is becoming a habit now?
Yeah, I think at first we enjoyed to have 6 wins in a row. This is fantastic. The other part is we have to value every win. I think this is also important, because there was not long ago a time where a win was not normal for us. I think this is great at the moment to see this run, and we want to continue this run, and this is also the reason why we go tomorrow with a strong 11 in this game, and then hopefully we can continue on the weekend, because on the weekend we know could be a good day, but we have to do our homework. It's not at the moment the time where to look what happens left or right. I think with all the topics we have to focus on our own, take the points, make the right decisions, and if we do our job right, then we're in a good way.
You mentioned the patience of a transfer window. With so many huge games coming up and so much to fight for, I just wonder how confident are you that you're getting there in terms of the squad that you envisaged you would need come the end of January to fight on all the fronts that you are?
Yeah, the good thing is that my team showed me in the last couple of weeks that they can, except from hearts, beat everyone at the moment, and this is fantastic to see. This gives me also this calmness, relaxed. Now we bring and we brought 3 more players on. They showed the quality in the training, the presence. You see it straight, because that increase also the other players around them. They see that some quality comes to the squad. I think that helps massive. And all in all, when I see the group, even also the relationship to each other, the atmosphere on the pitch, they're very focused. They do what they have to do. This is great to see, and yeah, for me it's about push them. But at the moment you have the feeling they know really what it means and which opportunity we have in the next couple of weeks.
Danny, how has Skov Olsen looked in training so far? How fit is he, and would he be ready to start on Sunday if required?
Yeah, for Sunday I have him in my mind, Tochi as well. I think this is good. Both bring good quality in, they understand the game. I think Skov showed in some moments also the calmness on the ball in the final third to make this extra pass, good finishing. Tochi understand to play on the 6. You see it in the small details in the tactical part, how he cover areas, what he has to do. He is also calm on the ball. He is very open-minded and listening. For me, it's in the last couple of days a little bit more observing them, give them not too much, too quick, a lot of information, give a little bit them freedom, a feeling for the group. And then, of course, in front of a game, I will speak with them individual, give them the belief, give them the confidence, and then I think they will show soon why they are here.
In terms of the transfer window, there's a feeling you might need to bring in another striker. You've got 3 at the moment. Are you happy with those 3, or would you like to add another one before it closes?
As a manager, at first you're always happy with your players, because this is my job. Give them the belief, give them the support. And then again, to sign a striker means it should be the right one, also right fit. I think we have different profiles. Maybe we find a player who can also play 2 or 3 positions, and in all those 3 positions there he is dangerous. I think this is helpful as well. And this is what I said after the cup game. We need also players around the strikers to score more. I think Telo starts, hopefully Gus and Mikey can continue and score more goals for us. They have to come in better areas. I think this is a part. We got Skoff. I expect also that we can score more with him, because it's a different profile, and even he will give us assists because of his calmness on the ball. Now we should increase. I think this is the next part. Is the set play with money he increase. If everyone increase, I think our fullbacks can increase, could be more dangerous in areas. I think especially second post, be more in areas where they can make assists. And if everyone takes the responsibility for scoring, then we increase as a group.
Given how proactive you've been so far, Danny,
while you are sitting listening on your own, why not take part and give us a phone? We would love to hear your points of view, so get off your bum and call 0141 356 1972.
Thanks for that, Fox. Always makes me laugh. Always makes me laugh. Right, so you ain't done yet, GB.
No, I tell you something, Ox, you sometimes wish your life away with Rangers.
Don't, mate.
That's me wanting to see the January transfer when they shut them all up, just so we can see what they're thinking about. I mean, that statement is just like setting lighting the match into it. It's like looking for the wow signing. I'm like, who in their right mind are we thinking about? Because, like, I don't know, we've never had. I'm trying to think it back to the kind of wow signing, Ox.
When Ramsey came in the door, mate, the hype. Ultimately, it was a
Defoe, I suppose, as well.
I don't even like hearing his name, but it was a major coup at the time, and it just fell flat, mate. So, look, watch your space. And you might bring in a big name, you might bring in a little name. Who knows who'll be the success bridge man?
Oh yeah, you just don't know, do you? Well, I think all the Rangers fans are shall we have tenterhooks and now looking for what's the next coming in, and obviously to give their own critique on it. And we're looking for a wow signing or two, depending on which part of the pitch you're on. But we are definitely doing that. Obviously, as we go on further on into the rest of the season, you're leading up to the next season, if you follow what I mean. And the manager's got to look forward to that and see if we're going to be able to bring anyone in there, and who do we really need. That's when, going into next season, if we've done well this season, then we've got to get better players. And it'll be difficult to get them, I know that, quite costly. But I'm looking at the defence, another centre-half in the door for sure.
I think also that depends a lot what happens with the Cornelius thing and Suter's contract, etc. Yeah,
aye.
You know, and who'll come in. So if you say that the two are going to be there, Jajiga's gone, you'll get Fernandes. You're basically definitely one short bridge. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, you're definitely one short. I think you need 4 centre halves. You know, and maybe somebody who can give you cover, somebody like Sterling as well. I don't want to be flipping about it, but he's a jack of all, if that makes sense. Bridge, yeah, he can give you cover in emergencies and help out during games, yeah.
Oh, absolutely, pal. And you know, I'm not saying that'll be this season, but that in Ciala, if he's going to stay with Rangers,
I forgot about him. Yeah.
saying that, if he's going to stay with Rangers, I don't know whether he's a loan player or
No,
not.
we signed
He's
him
one
from
of ours, right?
Miami.
So he's going to stay with Rangers. That's if Rangers don't try and punt him. But I do like that guy. I think he's smashing. I think he's a natural, for me, a natural fullback, a natural left back for me. All left foot. I love it.
He is
I love
left
it.
footed, mate. I don't know if he's a fullback, mate. I've not really seen that yet. You know, same as I don't think Sterling's a natural centre half bridge because I don't think he's great in the air.
Yeah, it's true. It's the truth. That's the truth.
You know. It's part of that position, but he's certainly winding us up. GB, isn't he? He's certainly winding us up.
Especially when they kind of moved away a wee bit when he was talking about, like, if he brought in a player, he's still looking for a player that maybe can play in multiple positions and be dangerous in a lot of positions, just like yourself, Ox, you know what I mean? And
I love it. I love it.
Bridge knows with some of the guys he plays with. Good players can play anywhere.
That's brilliant.
But that tells me, Ox, that it's somebody that we experience. It's got to be that if he's able to play in multiple positions and be dangerous in all these positions, I tell you, I mean, in the top of my head, I'm thinking of somebody that he's worked with.
I said I could play in multiple positions. I didn't say I was very good at it.
That's not like you to be modest, mate. Come on.
No, that's definitely the truth, mate. The truth. You know, but aye, let's watch this space, you know, and obviously the rumour mill will start.
What are you thinking, Ox? I mean, see, when he's saying stuff like that, are you thinking another attacker?
I think you'll get a clue when people leave. Yeah, and I'll give you a clue. Maybe the guy will come and join us. Maybe it's Canefy. You know, I'm sure if he does, we'll hear it. But I'll give you a wee clue. This guy's last 4 starts for Rangers have been in 4 different competitions. Any ideas? His last 4 starts for Rangers have been in 4 different competitions. Yeah. All right, gents, that's a clue.
Right, that's it. Google. Load up Google.
Right. Okay, if anybody wants to phone in with the answer, right? There you go. 4 different. That's some stat, Bridge. Your last 4 games have been in 4 different competitions you've started.
That's weird. It's good, Ox. It tells you something about the owners, Ox. They're not caring about, like, they will be obviously managing spend and stuff like that, Ox. But, like, remember before in transfer windows, we'd be sitting there, we need to watch what we're doing, or the financial fair play might be champing our door tomorrow. See this window? It's as if it's just went right out the window. We just went like that, right? Bang, go for it. And it's brilliant.
Yes, it is positive, mate, and you can see with the results and the players coming in that one particularly, the boy Olsen, you know, Scott Olsen, yeah, he's got a bit of pedigree. Whether that works at Bridge, you've got to be mindful. There's a lot of factors, a lot of luck involved, but we've brought in bodies. But this is people that's leaving, and this guy in his last 4 games has started in 4 different competitions, Bridgman. There's a starter.
Kieran Dill.
Oh, Bridgman. Yeah,
Is it possible?
Yeah, GB. He started against Annan Athletic. Then his last game he started was in August against Al Athletic in the League Cup. Before that, 2 weeks before that, was Murrable in the league. And the game before that was a few days before Murrable when he started away against Panathinaikos. There's a start for you, GB. Eh?
Brilliant, mate. Well done. It just shows you, isn't it? I mean, and the rumour mill's going that he's away.
We're hearing whispers from a source that Kieran O'Neill Dowell has left the club. Obviously, it's not a big surprise. His contract's up at the end of the summer. If we save any wages, it's a bonus because I don't think he was going to play that much part, Bridge.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that. Well, I'm surprised that I managed to get that. No, delighted.
They watch that.
I don't think
They watch that manages ruin a quiz now, Bridge.
I know, pal. I think the Dill. I think we got him in hoping he would replace the boy we had in left wing. Oh my goodness gracious! I think I loved him too. I can't remember his name there. It's gone. It's away. Chet, yeah. Wrong.
Tierney.
Tierney, that's him, Tierney.
He was in. He came 2 years before Dow. Here's another start for Dow. With the club 3 years, 3-year contract, and started 8 league games, GB. 8 league games.
Oh, I thought he played more than that. Sorry.
That's mental. Do you know something? Like when he came in at first, remember that Motherwell game? He had in a I don't know if it was was it one goal he scored in or was it two? I can't remember. But it was a worldly one they scored, and I was like, oh god, he's finally arrived. And then the other night there as well when he got that goal with Rothwell setting him up. You're like, the boy's he's got talent. I mean, but he's no consistency. That's the difficulty with him. And again, you've got that many players jostling for that position as well, Ox, that it's amazing how he's never actually held down a position with Rangers, considering we've had Asgard in that role, and we've had the boy, the Algerian boy. He was coming on again when he got injured there. What do you call him? Can't remember. The boy, remember he joined when Clermont was wanting a number 10. He scored against Aberdeen, and he came back in there, and he was a kind of pivotal player for a bit for Real, and then he got injured again. Played in the 10 position. What's his name again?
Under Danny Rowe.
Aye. Remember he was out he was frozen out, and then he came back in again. But it was a Clermont signing. He's a winger.
Cortez?
No. The other boy.
He's a clue. Your closer.
Remember, what I say is he was the only player that turned up against Aberdeen when Clermont went away. He played Aberdeen. He got his back into the game, and then, in fact, he scored the penalty against Dundee United when Aarons got brought down in the box. Stepped up and banged the penalty away. It goes a draw.
He's Albanian. How's he? That's no Algeria, mate. They're not even close.
No.
Well, you be careful what you're saying. Yeah, they're not right. One's Albanian, one's Algerian, mate. Jeez, what a
geography, mate. Well, I'll go Clermont signing.
I'll give you this one. Both countries started with an A. Bridge. There they go.
You mean Albania or Algeria?
I'm thinking of Algeria. What's he talking about? You done me there, GB?
Say you done that well. I must admit. So who was it that we made your mind up what it is and who it is?
Jamie.
For Jamie, right? Okay, pal, I'm with you now.
Right, anyway, so we've had plenty of people in that position, and it's been surprising that Kieran Dowell's not been able to push them out the road, considering, like I says, he's actually been able to score some decent goals for us.
So how many decent goals has he scored for us then, Brad? You're making that bold statement. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, go 2 probably.
You're no wrong, mate. If you take away the one he scored on Friday night, it was 2. It's 3 in total, mate. He's been an absolute total waste of money.
Yep.
There's got to be another couple of players like that as well, you know.
Aye, well, listen, mate, they're friends. I don't know the boy. I can't. We're maybe jealous because he's lived our dream, but pound per performance. I know he was away at Birmingham. We got some money back when he was in loan there, but I'm talking about just playing with us. 3 seasons, 8 league starts. That's your bread and butter. Yes, there's been 18 substitute appearances, but they might be cameos at the end and could mean nothing. But the games you start, 8 league games, 3 seasons, total waste of money.
Well, it is a waste of money. You're getting that.
Yep,
That's
time
what
to
you're
go.
getting.
He's gone. It looks like that's what we're picking up, and nothing confirmed, but that's what we're picking up from a very intelligent source. I mean, I wouldn't be right for me to spread when I'm getting it. He's very intelligent, great source. Not so good at the betting. There you go. Anybody can work that out.
Then to do with the Super Six. Is anything to do with the Super Six?
I wouldn't be right to mention any names. I've got my globe out, Bridge. I'm looking to see how far Albania and Algeria are apart.
You can see me sitting spinning my wee globe now, frantically checking what I've said.
The Mediterranean comes into that from a distance perspective.
I remember I was speaking to a wise woman, and she said to me, "You have to look after this lad. You have to look after him and make sure he doesn't do a Gary." I didn't know what she meant. I know now.
How you've learned over the years, mate. But the point is, my wee mammy will say, "We get there in the end. We get there in the end."
I'm glad you never go on a flight. Imagine him and race across the world.
Oh no, you wouldn't want me in the quiz team, mate. I'm a disaster. I mean, unless it maybe comes down to music, but the quiz team, I'm absolutely shocking, mate. Shocking. I just spot out random names, you know what I mean?
Not a quiz for a while. Remember the hell we put everybody on the spot?
Oh, the Ibrox postcode and all that. Oh God. Aye. I remember that. And remember you tried to get me to try and say that name for the charity thing. Oh my God. Hopefully that never sees the light of day as well, Ox.
Dear, I remember our Jaffa. Yeah. I know spoke to Jaffa in a while. Hope everyone's all right in his world, but we went through a lot with our Jaffa, but I remember him when it was next in line for the throne, Prince Andrew. I remember he phoned me. Well, he was rang anyway in a lot of fronts, but anyway, he phoned me the next day. He said his phone hadn't stopped. He got absolutely battered because he's done RangersRadio, you know.
Prince Andrew.
The quiz, some good laughs. Good laughs. I remember JFK and Holbert on the team and go to Rang said, Ragidis. That was funny as well. That was funny. That wasn't a quiz as such. They were doing their best 11, but they had to play the majority of their games in that decade. And I think it was John Gregg they used. And he played most of these games in the 70s, I think, something like that. The other way about. I can't remember the details. It was funny.
I think it all realised that we needed to brush up Box after that, didn't we? Like, I'm sure that was during like kind of COVID times actually.
Aye, you had the female partner, young Jodie. I remember that.
Aye. I was getting told to sit down and stay in the background there. Don't say anything.
She put you in your place, did she? We digress. So look. If this is a start in the outs, it makes a lot of sense. Clearing the decks, a wee bit of wages, save Bridgeman, you know, getting ready for the summer. You're doing 2 things. Yeah. So, bodies at the door, which just clutters the place up. You know, there's a number. He'll have a number, Danny Rowe. You know, he's professional. You know, John Curtis goes in loan. I don't know if Kilmarnock with that pitch, I don't know if that, I don't know if that's a good move. I think it's a good move for him to be playing more football, Bridge, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think some of our players went over to Livingston and had quite a good, quite a good run there, and that's a plastic pitch. But yeah, I agree with you. I actually detest these pitches. They shouldn't be allowed to. Professional footballers shouldn't be playing in that, and that's my opinion. They shouldn't be playing that. It's for grass pitches, as simple as that. But obviously we're not in charge of the place, so it's not going to do it. But we've I think I was saying that a lot on Monday night. There is these plastic pitches have caused a lot of Rangers players, good Rangers players too, some bad injuries up on there. Binnacle Marnock, aye, really bad.
I don't know if I would, but just me. I think young Curtis has to be playing games. I think he's got to that stage in his career, and we can only give him cameos, and maybe you look at him again in the summer, see if he's a first-time player, if he's ready, and you maybe then put him out on loan again. Because what he showed on Friday night, I know the opposition wasn't great, GB, but he shows he's got something about him. He's always involved in incidents round about the goal, trying to get shots and goal crosses, or maybe scoring or goal himself. So he's got that goal-scoring knack, if you like, to be involved. But sometimes you can't teach just an instinct that people have got. Has he got the greatest touch? You've seen in the first 10 minutes on Friday night. No, he hasn't. But he's just got something about him. Yeah.
Aye, Ox, he's definitely one for the future. And I think, again, we're praising our manager again here, that he's been clever. There's, like we talked about, Lyle Cameron straight in the Aberdeen squad, standout player. And then hopefully Curtis does the same for Kilmarnock, Cox, because these players will play against all the other teams and hopefully nick points off them. And then when these teams come to play us, then the boys can't play against us. So it's win-win, really, isn't it? We get the player game time, and then hopefully our players, when they're out on loan, they'll be able to either do some crunching tackles or they'll be able to steal points off the opposition.
I'll be honest with you, just my opinion about any team, and I know our other team have done it, and we've done it. I don't know if it should be allowed players out on loan at the same league, but that's a whole different debate. Yeah.
Aye, I get it.
I don't disagree with your sentiment, mate. In a selfish point of view for us, I get it. I don't know if it should be allowed anybody in loan for the same club. We used to allow sort of things like that, emergencies, goalkeepers and all that, Bridge, remember back in the day?
Yeah.
But I don't know if it should be allowed players in the same league. But then that's another debate.
But it's a good point, isn't it? Because we're no. I don't know. I'm going to agree with you 100%. That's all I'm going to say.
We had a situation in Scotland when we were on my travels, mate, where the team that was gone for the league had players loaned out for the team that was above them in the league, and they were meant to be challenging them. And that was a ludicrous situation to be in. Yeah, the boy Christie. Yeah, mental, absolute mental that was allowed. But there you go, it was, and it is. So I don't know. I don't know if it should be. That's a whole different debate, but GB, I agree with your sentiment.
Keep that one for an international break, mate. Wait to write that in a wee notebook somewhere, because it's a belter. You don't really think about it like that.
We'll be doing a geography quiz for you.
Make sure the tune helps me.
Foxy with the judge.
The penalty against Dundee United, aye. He's for Algeria, and I was like, no, I couldn't get this at all. I'm struggling.
It was a loan signing then. Well, no hot job. The big Foxy boy will be nudging me in a minute.
No, or electricity, but we'll not mention that. Eh?
No, mate, no. Aye, but let's say, Oxy, you could have a team that could influence a league, mate, and you don't want that. Definitely not.
I'm not saying we don't take advantage. I'm just saying I think it should be something that if you're talking about integrity of the competition. But there you go. If you talk about Scottish football, you've got games but there's VAR used, in other games it's not used. You've got to use it right through the competition, or you don't use it at all. You can't have two games refereed differently, in my opinion, Bridge.
Absolutely not.
Can-
You're right, 100%.
Aye, I
Can't-
don't
I-
understand it.
Nothing to
Could have-
disagree with that, I'll tell you that.
Could affect the relegation battles as well, Ox, that's the thing as well.
Oh, well, the whole competition should be the same. Any competition should all be the same. Just my view. That's one of the reasons I don't like the split. Yeah, I don't like the split.
Don't bring it up. You'll get me going, I'll get sacked.
Right.
Oh my
We
God.
digress. We'll start looking tomorrow night, and when we come back after the tune, I'm going to ask you what you think the team will be tomorrow night. And a decent game at iBooks. Get yourself a mute, because we're having a tune.
Oh, Daddy, what's that uniform in the wardrobe over there? Has it any history or medals for to bear? Has it seen the battlefields of bygone days of yore? Oh, Daddy, what's that uniform that you so proudly wore? Oh, see its buckle shining bright from the shoulders to the waist. I also see 3 letters emblazoned on its breast. The U, it stands for Ulster, and the V for volunteers. The F, it stands for the force who fights and never fears. Remembering it strays back again to 1941, when Ulster's shores were threatened by the jackboot of the Hun. When Ulster's people rallied round, they knew they could not fear, for they knew God was on their side and the Ulster Volunteers. Oh, see its buckle shining bright from the shoulders to the waist. I also see 3 letters blazoned on its breast. The U, it stands for Ulster, and the V for volunteers. The F, it stands for the force that fights and never fears. So, son, please take my uniform and go and fight the foe. Fight just like your fathers did so many years ago. For Ulster it is calling, we must never fear. So take my gun, my only son, and join these volunteers. Oh, see its buckle shining bright from the shoulders to the waist. I also see 3 letters blazoned on its breast. The U, it stands for Ulster, and the V for volunteers. The F, it stands for the force that fights and never fears. For Ulster it is calling, we must never
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Give or take a few mile, you're about 1,000 mile GB. Yeah, but that wasn't as far as I thought.
That makes me feel better, mate. Thanks for that. But I did do I was on the, like, see, after you said that about the geography, I did read up a bit on the team for the tomorrow night, mate. So we're visiting a team for Bulgaria tomorrow, mate. So hopefully I've got that on the money, mate.
Are you sure it's Bulgaria and no Botswana, mate? Just going bigger. You got your
Just got me the
confidence
1,000 miles.
No, just that you got your continence rang the last time, yeah? You're mental, right? The morning night, what's your rationale? GB's rationale? Are you thinking all in? Play players for 60 minutes, they've not played for a couple of weeks. Look at the fitness, the knocks, etc. Pick your best team and try to get the momentum. Or you in the other camp, as some people protect everybody. I don't see how that's possible for the people that's registered personally. Yeah, what's your rationale?
Probably like half and half, Ox. I think, like it says, there's opportunities there to put in players that probably need some minutes, i.e. maybe Aaron's. He's obviously said in his presser that he's not got John Souttar and he's not wanting to risk Stirling for the weekend. So that tells me that Stirling's not going to be an option for the Mora either. So you're looking, there's maybe an opportunity for Arns, but maybe he'll go with the captain, just because he wants to win the game, obviously. And then you've got Giga back, Big Fernandez, and unfortunately we'll need to go with Magoma again, I think, Ox there. So that side of it is kind of like semi-strong. And then into the midfield, it's really hard to change that up, to be honest, Ox, isn't it? They're probably going strong again. And it's more the forward line again. You could probably put in a Miofsky, I think. Maybe give Ant-Man some minutes. And guess how
he was ill at the weekend on Friday night, mate. So
Ant-Man again.
Ant-Man was ill. They announced that on Friday. Aye, that's how he wasn't in the squad. Yeah,
he can't be adjusting to the Scottish haggis, man, because he seems to be ill all the time.
Yeah, so I don't know how ill, if he's back and fit and ready to go. But look, I get your point with Aaron's. Aye. Magoma's only left back, it's maybe registered. Suitors out, so you maybe get the Jigger and Fernandez, you could play Bridges and Salah, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does. Midfield, Raskin, Diamondi, Asgard. After that, we're really struggling for numbers before we can have a new signing in Chakawana. You know, and then up front you could play Gossamer Moore, you could, you know, you mentioned that man, we don't know if he's fit. Do you go with, if you're going with one up top, you can play any of the three of them. You know, if it depends on what you're thinking. And I would personally play Big Chermiti, mate, for an hour. Yeah, I would start him, mate. I think if you go into Sunday's game, he'll not have played for 2 weeks. I think you've got to keep the match sharpness ticking there, mate. And if you accept that he's maybe my number one striker at the moment, lone striker, you know, I know it's not a high bar, but if he's the one, need minutes of him and then replace him with Miofsky, mate. That's my thinking. And then what I've said there with the two I've mentioned is Danilo, the guy that can be getting at the door also at any time, mate. And if we can get rid of Danilo, and it's a good deal for our club, I wish him all the best. He's been very unlucky, but if that was to happen, I think it'd be a positive, mate.
I agree, mate. I agree with that. Says that is the. It might be like the game there, the cup game, where you're like totally bamboozled with the lineup, where you're just looking at it, thinking it's just giving guys minutes so they can showcase that they're fit and ready to play. So Danilo is probably an opportunity again. Europa League, Ox, a lot of people watching it might see something in the player. You know what I mean?
If he played like he did on Friday night, mate, nobody would touch him, mate.
No, I know.
Even against Dannon, I thought he was atrocious, mate. Atrocious.
He's just, again, you're talking about the Chermiti thing, Ox. It is important. Like, there you go. Like, see, when you're getting game time and stuff like that, it just shows you how easily, and I can imagine this could happen with Chermiti, that if you don't keep him, the momentum going with him, then it could just kind of fall off a cliff again. So I think it's important that he does start, and Danilo just what it says, sitting the sidelines as he has been, mate, because he's not done anything, like you says, to warrant pushing Miofsky out the road, because he's obviously on a hat-trick, isn't he? So, that boy will be, I think that will be the kind of switch out. You'll have Chermiti starting, and then what it says once he's not rested, then Miovski comes on just to keep the two of them happy. Now, and I think Danilo knows his place now at Rangers, mate.
Highly paid squad player. Yeah, you know. But Bridgman, you thought about it, mate? How would you go? Would you know? Traditionally, every game you say you want to play your best starting team, but circumstances maybe dictate it's not the biggest game, but then you've got this coefficient thing which makes it bigger. And it's a puzzle, mate.
Oh yeah, but I think we've got to play with the sort of our best team at the moment. Our best team of all the players that we know. I think the goalkeeper will be Butland, and I think it would be Tav, Jika, DJ, or whatever his name is, and Fernandez, and then Maumba, whatever his name is, if he left back. Because they're the guys that's Ngoma, sorry. These are the guys that have done well for us over the past few weeks, I have to say. And big changes with Tab. I've wanted Tab out of the team for such a long time now. I still like him to go, but not at this moment because he adds something, and he's got that the ability to score from the spot and from free kicks. So that's the way I'd go there. Midfield, it would be Diamonde, Rashkan, and Asgard. Is it Asgard? Yeah, I think it's Asgard. That's who I would go for there. And on the right, Ant-Man. I'd take a chance of putting him on. In the middle, Chamiti. And on the left, the gas man, Yasama.
I would go with your front three, except I would play the boy Moore. I'd play the boy Moore. Ant-Man's coming back for injury plus the illness, so I don't know how fit he is. We'll see where that takes us, mate. I would think he'll come influence again for the bench. GB.
Aye, Ox, I think it's again. I didn't know he was ill there, mate. I did know he was coming back for injury. He was training and stuff, so I thought he would have been. This would have kind of been the perfect week for him to get back in, run about the team. But it just seems to be one thing after another with Ant-Man now, unfortunately. So in that case, mate, aye, he's one off the bench, isn't he? He's there to, what's his, take Moore off, put him on or whatever, or Gassama, whatever. But I think the modern night, is that he's got to go to try and I believe he is with his press conference that he's got to go out and try and win the game. Ox, I don't think we've got anything to fear with the form that we're in now.
There's 30-odd thousand on the continuous credit, plus people who's bought tickets, mate. They're still got a responsibility to the people who's turning up at the game, mate. It's not a training session.
No, definitely not, mate. No, and I don't think he's got to treat it like that. I think he knows momentum's so important. You know what I mean? And I think he'll be looking at these players that he's got to put in the modern night to cement a place and probably, like it says, trial what's going to happen Sunday, Ox, because that defence that we were talking about tonight, that's probably got to be the same defence that's going to be starting at the weekend, mate. So he's got to make sure that gets minutes and understanding. I mean, so there's no kind of shaky moments. The midfield's a hard one, though. I would have much rather that we could have got an opportunity to kind of rest the midfield, but maybe that's where the new signings have got to kick in come the weekend, mate, because we'll be allowed to obviously use them then. You know what I mean?
And then they all become available. It becomes a different ballgame. You get a different group of players to pick. If they three come in, you're taking out nearly half a team. Yeah.
Well, you're not thinking about Ant-Man anymore, you know.
He will be on the bench coming on as cameos, mate, if you're honest.
Yeah,
you know. But this game, we've got to get out of the way before we turn on our attention to Sunday, GB. Yeah?
Aye, Oxford, definitely. Like it says, it's we've got to make sure there's no injuries with it, Ox. Like it says, play smart. And again, we know with this Europa League, Ox, wins get you money. And I know that we're laughing about the transfer window and stuff like that, but those do, mate. We get a win, we get some coefficient points, and then, like I says, we see where it takes us into the following week's game away with Porto and stuff like that. So it's in the back of my mind, I know it's important, but there's a bit of me as well, Ox, that I'm not overly bothered, because I think I've never seen us so positive in a league challenge and since probably Gerrard's time, to be honest, that I'm kind of craving that more than now, mate.
Listen, mate, what's past is past. You can't influence it. You can influence the future, and you can get there, you know, and that's how it's exciting, because that's gone. That was a magical moment, yeah, a magical moment, that whole run. You know, it was a time, the excitement and the upturn and everybody looking forward to it, but it's gone. But then you can see, I get your point, that momentum's just starting to grow, and hopefully this takes us to where we want to be, where it's we fail at the final hurdle. We don't want that bridge. We want to keep winning, keep winning, keep winning, keep winning.
100%, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think, though, I've got a couple of questions on the players that were brought in. Are any of them available in the European games?
No.
Have they been registered?
No, they can't. No.
They can't get registered?
No.
So they're out for the season as far as Europe's concerned?
We've only got 2 games left, mate. They'll be finished by next Friday, yeah?
What do you mean?
Well, we play this Thursday, next Thursday, so we're next...
Oh, right, see what you mean. Right, that's the Europeans, well, the first part of it anyway, done. We'll be out by then, won't we? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay then. So, no, I'd definitely be playing the team. Apart from Ant-Man, because I didn't realise, although we spoke about it earlier, and I remember talking about it, he's no well. I'd forgotten about it. I just thought, but if you're not, we can't play Ant-Man, then it'd be Mickey Jones or Mickey Moore. Sorry, Mickey Moore. He's played well for us.
Mickey Jones, really? He was a better player.
Mickey Jones, what am I like, eh?
I've never seen him, mate, but I believe he was a better player, is that right?
Absolutely. Aye, good players, pal.
Played in a Reeve team, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Aye, well, come and join us, give your thoughts tomorrow night. I don't think we'll get much auction. I think it's going to be the way the players are registered, GB, that it is going to be, if you like, and the majority of players, if not all players, that we think should start because of where we are. And hopefully it works out all right. We don't get any injuries, etc. You know, but you could say that about a training session, mate, man.
Can you tell me why on earth we don't have any of these players available for registration? Because it's a genuine transfer window.
It's just the rules of the competition, mate. When you can put players in, new players in.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Wow.
So. Aye, so he did say these interview with 15 available, so it's obviously Suter is registered. Barron may be registered. Sterling may be registered. Then you're up to 18, aren't you? There's 3. I'm not sure about Cornelius. I'm not sure about him, but there's 3 right away. GB, yeah.
Aye. Do you think that might be a night as well, Walk, since it's at home, for any of the young team to get a wee spot? That boy, was it Lawson?
Zebedee.
Aye.
Definitely put a spring in his step, wouldn't it?
Aye. But again, it could be like one of the nights where he's the one that is able to rest up a player from the bench, Ox. It's just that you're in a 50-50 because you don't want the feel-good factor to go away. See, to be honest, I think overall, if we came away from it with no injuries and it was kind of a hard-fought game and it was a draw, because I don't think NAs would be like throwing the toys at the pram or anything like that about it. I think it's one of these games where it's probably just came at the wrong time because we're that focused on the league. But it could be, like I say, an opportunity for the likes of Arms to get some minutes and stuff like that. Tav's been well rested as well, so again, it keeps his momentum going. But that midfielder now is the kind of the place where it's been getting the same players all the time, and it would have been a nice opportunity to rest players.
I don't know. I don't even know if Diamandi's suspended. I've not even checked that out because he's had 2 sending absences.
That's right. So maybe we'll see one of the young boys in amongst the Mora. But What about Nasala? Was he registered?
Who's that?
Nasala?
Where's he from? I'm just trying to work it.
He can face him on. So I don't know. He's French, isn't he? His nationality is French.
Are you sure he's not Italian?
I don't know. I can't remember. I know he came for AC Milan, but I don't know. Something tells me he was French.
All right, I'll check it just for you, mate.
Mate, give me some confidence in my general knowledge, mate. But I know it'll be, if that's the case, Ox, then well, I would try and, let's say, get some of the youngsters in about that game tomorrow night. It's Europa League, Ox. They need to get the experience somehow. You know what I mean? And we kind of know, like you says, mate. Two games and done.
There'll be some youngsters on the bench, that's for sure. Whether you get them on the park.
That's what I'm saying. It's 2 games and done, Ox. What harm is it going to really do?
He is French.
Is he?
Aye.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Bang. We're back. Redemption, Ox. we're starting to build again. Building knowledge again, mate. We're doing all right.
Yeah. Aye, there you go, mate. There you go. Oh. Huh?
Knock you down with a feather, mate. Knock you down with a feather.
Who told you that, mate? You've not done that yourself.
It's now that way when we signed them. It was just something that's the wee thing that stuck with me. Whereas for Brajami, something stuck with me with the A, but I just couldn't get the right consonant out. Don't go through the rest of the players though.
I'm proud of you.
Might be here all night, try to guess countries and all the rest of it.
Here we go, mate. I'm going to do you now, yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
And Salah was born in a place with a connection to Barcelona Bears season. There you go.
He was born 72.
He was born in 72 and he's still playing.
What are you saying, Barcelona Bears?
Oh dear GB, you did restore yourself, but you've just done it again. He was born in a place that's got a connection in the Barcelona Bears season.
Oh, right, okay. Right, I get you now. I was like, that's how you're confusing me now. I'm like, how do we talk about the 72? Right, cool. Right, Bridge, you answer that one, mate.
Oh, I've got absolutely no idea. You two have said 4 or 5 things there, and I don't remember. I don't understand any of them.
I don't blame you, Bridge. I don't blame you.
So there's
he was born in Rennes, who we played on the way to Barcelona. Yeah. There you go. There you go, GB. I didn't even know he was French.
Well, I was 50-50 on it, mate, so I just stuck with it, went with it again, mate. And luckily this time it came up trump for me. But he's another boy, by the way, when we're talking about him, mate, he showed glimpses into it at times. He came in at a hard time as well. And then when under Barry, it kind of all collapsed for him, to be honest, didn't it? Then Russell Martin was basically, when he came in, he was just basically telling him that that's it, game over. And then when the new manager came in, you seen his Instagram post saying that he's still here, kind of thing. That kind of was posting about. So the boy's still keen to make a go at it here. I think Ian Bridges said that he's got certain tools that can turn him into a right good defender, but it's, as we've seen the manager's not really used him a lot. Maybe because he's not needed to be honest, because the team's been playing that well. But the more the night would kind of tell you that if he's got to get any minutes, Ox, if he's in and about that squad.
I can see what Bridge is saying, mate. The Bridge can come in the side, mate. He's big, he's powerful, he's reasonably fast, and he's naturally left-footed. A big asset to play that side of the park when you've got that, Bridge.
Yeah, absolutely, pal. Absolutely. I want players to play where they want to play at their best. But I like a big meaty guy running right through, coming in if he wants to come in for wings. No, but I prefer him in the middle or close to the middle, and I want the wingers to be natural, or shall we say converted, if you want to put it down that way. Because I think Gasman's a must for the left wing, and Mickey Jones could play. Mickey Moore, back to that Mickey Jones. Mickey Moore, he's a smashing player. He'll be able to fit right in there. I'm really looking forward. Listen, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night. Watch the players and be intrigued what the team is. Intrigued to see if it's anywhere near the team we picked. I'm intrigued about it.
I'm really intrigued what the team's going to be the next 2 games. You know, and obviously, hopefully, there's no injuries, and then all of a sudden we can have Suter and Sterling back, and the squad gets bigger. You know, so
well, he's going to have the choice the following games other than the European to bring in some of the newer players that we just brought in.
yes,
If he feels
they
they're
keep
good
playing
enough.
Sunday, mate. The three of
Huh?
them. The
There
three
you
of them
go.
keep playing
So
Sunday. Nearly half a team outfield, isn't it?
absolutely, pal. I hope it is because we really need it. The fans want to see somebody a wee bit better, faster, fitter. You know, that kind of thing. And hope the guys that are coming have been playing, and they're not going to be dead bodies in the team. You know, or dead on their feet. I mean by that. You know. Oh, come on, Rangers! Come on! Oh. I'm getting all excited already.
GB.
You've got me excited already. By the way, see the young lad you were talking about that came on for Rangers at the weekend.
Wait a minute.
Is he no youth player for Rangers?
Aye.
Okay.
Young boy.
I remember him. He came from one of the big Italian teams.
Right. No, Salah came for Italia. I think the boy came on was for Brighton, wasn't he?
Aye, Lawson, aye, yep.
Aye, Zebedee Lawson.
And that 15-year-old boy, he was raging that he couldn't get that boy on because he's something to do with the Scottish Cup, wasn't it? He wasn't allowed to put him in the squad. I wouldn't be surprised that says you see that young boy on the bench tomorrow as well.
I don't know what the rule is exactly with homegrown and registered, but I don't know if they'll be registered.
Aye, with him.
Aye. But there will be young boys on the bench.
He's shown promise though, isn't he? He seemed to get a wee bit of the headlines recently as well. That boy seems to be, I say, showing something anyway. And if our manager's got had an eye on him as well, then it can only be good, Ox.
If the manager wants him, rates him, it's up to him, mate. That's his role. No pun intended, Bridge.
Correct. Danny, no roles for you.
Shows you we're still short in midfield, Ox, though. See when we've talked about that kind of line up tomorrow night, you're like, all right, like who's going to come in there? Like we know, like, obviously Dill and all that's not even got any chance there away. And
hello.
I'll let you take that, Ox.
No, I'll be joined by Bob Ger. Evening, Bob Ger.
Evening, Ox. How we doing, lads? All right?
Good to hear from you, mate. What's on your mind?
I'm just looking forward to the game tomorrow night. Just sent to Terry there, try and win the game, get a few more points for the coefficient. I'm a wee bit concerned about Suter again. What's anybody know the extent of his injury?
They said they'll be back in training on Monday, Bob Ger. That's what they've said.
Well, that's not so bad then. That's not so bad because we did miss him for a long period there when he was out. I do think he's...
What the those is which Monday?
Oh, well, aye.
Aye, we're hoping it's this Monday, eh?
Well, let's hope so, because I think he's stuck up, I know, by partnership with Big Fernandez, so aye, we've got all the luck, the injuries. But anyway, looking forward to playing this Bulgarian team tomorrow night, and as usual, you got to win. Doesn't mean I know we're virtually out of the competition, but, well, not yet. You never know what can happen. So, good luck to the Gers tomorrow night.
And there's money at stake, Bob Ger, yeah?
Well, there's always money in European football. Doesn't matter what level you're at. There's always money in European football. I just wish we could get back in this Champions League again. I mean, all right, fine, fair enough. You know what you're up against, but it yields a lot of money. It doesn't matter if you get beat for some of these stronger outfits that we all know who. It yields a hell of a lot of money that the club badly needs. Every club needs it, so we're not any different. So hey ho, good luck to the boys tomorrow night, and I think we can do it. Well, this team we're up against, I think they've been in the Champions League quite regular, so they'll be real mugs. They'll be capable of offside, and the same reasons for them. They'll need the money as well. So, but we're at home, big crowd behind us, and that's what we can do at the morning.
GB.
Aye, Bob Jill, like it says, it's got to be a good test for the boys tomorrow night, whoever comes into play, because they're at a good level. They're sitting third in the league. They've had 3 wins, 2 draws in the last 5 games, and in most of even their draws, they've actually been quite high-scoring games for them. So they can concede, but they are, like I says, they score goals as well. So we'll just say be wary. Probably a good test if it's got to be big Giga and Fernandes, because Giga at times has been a bit of a bomb scare. So it's probably good that we get a chance to bed him back into the squad while Sutter's out there now, mate.
Aye, indeed. But as I just said to Oxford, I'm a wee bit concerned about Sutter being injured again. He is prone to it. He's got a history, hasn't he? And hoping that the old injury is not flared up again. But you've got to be optimistic. And John Sutter will be fine. He'll be all right. And Giga and Fernandes, well, we'll see how they get on. We're at home. We should be able to exert pressure on this team. So get a win, get the points, get the money. And then we'll take it from there. Who do we go? We're away to Porto next, aren't we? Am I right?
Next Thursday, mate. Next Thursday.
Aye, that'll be a tough game. I don't think they're doing too well in their league either. I'm not sure. I've not seen their stats, but that'll be a tough game.
Oh, always is, mate. Portuguese sides are always decent, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Oh, aye. Aye, they're a highly skillful side, them. But let's hope we get again. I'm jumping my head in myself. Well, let's, for the sake of the coefficient, our coefficient, that I hope we can take maximum points for the 2 games. We're starting to look a bit better, a bit stronger, as we've been saying on the programme. So let's hope we can go to Portugal and get the points as well.
Yeah,
I want to win every game. Yeah. Absolutely. Always optimistic, Ox. You've got to be.
Rich man.
Rich
man, and you come.
Yeah, I think Bob Jer's right. We've got to be optimistic. Look, the way I look at these European games is it's a fantastic experience to be playing against clubs that are, shall we say, a bit better, a bit higher, and quality-wise, you know, all that nonsense. And if we can make a mark in the game at all, it'll be just fantastic. And if you get one in, the crowd can lift you really highly, and it can be absolutely fabulous. It really can. That's what I say anyway. I think that we want the team to get a goal, and then Ibrox will lift. The players will be right behind, roaring them on, and there's nothing like it. Absolutely nothing like it. I think all the fans want to jump on the pitch and start booting everybody, you know. That's what I think. Well, that's the way you want to go on, don't you?
I say when I'm with my mate walking the dogs every morning, he's a big Rangers man as well. We've been the coefficient for Scotland for years, carrying it on our back. God, we were in a final 2 about years ago, nearly 3 years ago now, and we reached the quarter-finals last year. We had decent performance, a bit of luck. We could have went a wee bit further, maybe into the semis, maybe even to the final last year. You don't know. So Rangers have done very, very well in the coefficient, and let's hope they can carry on tomorrow night and next week, because it's you know how badly these other clubs have let us in, and as you say, Rangers have got Humphrey back carrying them all. So
Humphrey back. It's a long time since I heard that one.
Humphrey back. Okay, no, I would do it hang with Humpy back. I have to knock a hole in the wall to hang her photo.
Bob's
Should have got,
that's
should have
shocking.
put her, should have put her selling her purse. She couldn't get a shot. Oh, yeah. I wanted to make love to her. No, they no got a seesaw. Well, that's the old. But aye, we have been carrying it on our back, and we couldn't do it forever, eh? Make a transition in the club, we couldn't do it forever. But let's hopefully get back on track with a good one in Europe tomorrow night. It's been a miserable season so far. Let's be honest. But things are on the up, and hopefully we can turn the corner. No, turn the corner, but hopefully we can get a good result tomorrow night in Europe. And there is still a possibility of qualification, am I right? If you win these 2 games. That's a long shot. Aye. It's still been good in Europe. In fact, the truth be told, if you look at the whole spectrum of things, we could be dead without this game tomorrow night. But hey ho, we've got it. So good luck to them tomorrow.
Aye.
Yeah.
We want to win every game, GB, yeah?
Aye, Ox, we don't want to put any doubt into either the players or like this is the fan base, as well. Like, it's important and more that we go out and do a decent performance. I think the manager as well, Ox, I might be speaking out of turn here, but he'll be wanting to kind of right a rang in Europe as well, because the way the record's been for him in Europe so far. So again, he'll be wanting to get the kind of wins starting to go in Europe, and next week will take care of itself in Porto. I mean, I think that this week's actually pretty good because we'll get minutes into legs with the game tomorrow night. We'll deal with the league come the weekend, and then next week, hopefully, as you said, Ox, it will allow Suter and Stirling to get some minutes back into their legs in that game, and then they can push on to the weekend again. So comes thick and fast, mate. But we need to be cautious. But like you say, we've got a duty of care to the fans that are turning up tomorrow night that have already, like you say, shelled out their money for the tickets and that. We can't treat it just like you say as a bounce game, mate. We've got to go out there and get it all, and like you say, keep the momentum going for them.
I know there's 2 sides of the coin, mate. You're worrying about injuries, but listen, you could get, if you didn't play somebody tomorrow night and they had a training session on Friday, they could get injured. It's a fine balance in that bridge, isn't it?
Indeed, it is. It's shall we say, walking a tightrope, really, and in some cases, the last thing a club needs is people get injured at this stage of any tournament. It's horrendous for us. I'm not saying that we just can't do it, but it really brings everybody down when you get players injured. So you've had a couple of them are just recovering from injury and ready to step back in. And if you get somebody injured tomorrow night or even the weekend, it can make you so downhearted it's not real, and that has an effect on all the players. So we don't want anything like that. That's as fit as possible, guys. Get as fit as possible and stay fit.
Yeah. Listen, Bob, I think the frustration in Europe is this year that, listen, in this competition, we've shot ourselves in the foot, and maybe with the away game when one of Danny Rowe's first make it beat him 3-0 or something. The performance was terrible, and it looked as if he couldn't fix it and we're going to have, and then slowly but surely. But we've shot ourselves in the foot. Made it hard for ourselves. Players sent off, individual errors, and obviously there was times we weren't great, but I think the frustration for us as supporters is we know even the team we had last year, we'd have seen that most of these teams and we sit at a decent place in this league because there was no reason. None of them have been outstanding. Roma looked as if they were a cut above what we've seen. But the rest, I don't know. It's been frustrating.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. I say to one of my many discussions with my brother, I says, a couple of years ago, we'd have beaten the teams, no bother. We were beating better teams than them. And, holding the rank. Christ, we went toe-to-toe with with Man United and Spurs last year. Didn't forget that. That was no mean feat, and we should have beaten the two of them. If you think back, so you know, a bit of a fall from grace in Europe this year. You get beat ordinary sides like that, Bran, and you know who else. But none's forever. That thing's changed. We're changing. And hopefully we're on the way back. Next year we'll be ready for no bad run in Europe again. As I've just said 5 minutes ago, Southern has been carrying the country's coefficient. And hopefully we can get back, get better, get a run in Europe again, because there's nothing better than a run in Europe. You know, I mean, it makes you feel good about yourself when you've won at that level. Obviously, you want to win the bread and butter every week in the SPL, but wins in Europe are good. They're good for the morale. I think so. And they're on about how Rangers have got an inflated squad of players. Well, you're going to need an inflated squad of players with the fixtures we've got. In fact, if truth be told, we maybe didn't have enough players. How young have we won? Did you see with the injuries that you've got? So, is there any news, any more signings? Anybody heard anything? No?
We've not heard anything about it, and we've only heard a whisper about an out, Bob J.
All right, is that Rothwell?
No, Mr. Kieran O'Neill Dow.
Aye. I think I heard he was wanting him. It doesn't matter anyway. If he's on his way out, he's on his way out. He's had his time at the club, along with a few of them. I'd like to see a few of them out as well. But, yeah, good luck tomorrow night, George. Get a win, get the 3 points. Again, this word coefficient. Try and get it up as high as we can this season and take it on board next year.
Yes. GB.
Aye, there's an argument, Ox, that maybe we've had our kind of wee time in Europe and stuff like that. Like, it's always got to be that challenge and stuff like that. But I think the point will be that maybe it's time for us to focus more in the league again.
The trouble is, when you look at the revenue that comes to Europe, particularly if you get in the Champions League, mate, it's mental. It's mental that the slice of your revenue for European competition, wins, etc., is frightening, mate. Frightening. Yeah, but the bread and butter is the league, except at Point Bridgeman.
Yeah, as the bread and butter, and that's all there is to it. But when we know, as Rangers fans, that we've had some great runs in Europe, and they certainly perks the fans up, and the whole club's beaming and buzzing because you're getting a great run in Europe. Sadly, this season it hasn't gone too well for us from that perspective. But we might, if we get a lot of luck, if luck goes our way at all, and we win our next 2 games, and it's a big if, huge if, because this is a top level in football at the moment, is the European. So I just don't know. I don't want the team to get absolutely gubbed, but I do want them to play well. And if we play well, as we've seen, if we play well, we just don't know what's going to happen. You get a couple of goals and you're away. And I just love the thought of it, that Rangers being able to hold their head up in Europe and do what they do. You know, it's just going to be great. If we could just keep it going the way we did in the past, get it going and keep it going. And it's going to take a lot more than just me saying that. The players have got to feel it. And once the players start to feel it, the confidence, everyone's going to ooze. And it's great to see it when it runs.
Aye. We've got a run of fixtures, Bob, in the next 6 weeks coming up. That's going to be exciting, mate. Yeah, it starts tomorrow night, yeah. 2 European games. A Scottish Cup tie. We've got games at home to Hearts and Celtic. Away to Hibs and Motherwell. You know, in between some games against Dundee, Kilmarnock, etc., mate. Livingston away. It's going to be exciting, mate. Starts tomorrow night.
It's going to be a great period for the club.
Aye, for Sunday. Yeah.
Aye, because this Presley will make it awkward. They won their last 2 away games, them, you know. Dundee. Don't know if any of you have noticed that. Probably you have. And I'm just still writing it off, because you go out there and do the business on Sunday. We should beat them. Let's hope we can do it. When can the new boys make their debut? Can they make it on Sunday?
Well, one of them came on last Friday night, didn't he?
Aye.
Um,
That's right. I came on last Friday
yeah,
night.
so,
I
one of
think
them was
it's
injured for a couple of weeks. One of
aye,
them's
they'll have
injured.
him back.
They said
Aye.
he's
They'll
out
have
still
back.
for a couple of weeks. So we should see, hopefully, two of them take part at the weekend. GB.
Aye.
Iox, yep, freshen it up because they'll be raring to go. I think definitely we'll see Chickawini. Chickawani. I'm probably killing his name, man. But I think we will see him in the midfield at the weekend at home against Dundee because, like, the boys came for Stump Grants. He's got good pedigree. He should be able to handle a home game against Dundee in that midfield. He's had, like you said, training sessions now. He's had the wee game at the weekend there. And they doubt there a lot. Do you imagine, Ox, that I would imagine a lot of the players will be sitting in the stands watching the game tomorrow night as well? Hopefully there's that wow signing maybe hovering about the Rangers as well tomorrow night watching the game. But I think that the players will be, like I say, fully invested watching how the tactics are playing, even though they're not playing tomorrow night, these new signings. And like I say, come the weekend, it gives everybody a chance to get, like I say, a wee bit of rest of the legs. I mean, look at Raskin, Diamande, Ask up to a certain point as well. I mean, he has been playing a lot. But I think, Ox, you touched on it earlier, mate. It's important that we keep momentum in certain players, especially like Chimiti and stuff like that. I think we need to get him back moving again because these games coming up, as you said, mate, like the moments that he done at Celtic Park, we're going to need him to do a couple of moments like that in these games coming up, mate.
Yeah, we want him to get back amongst the goals ASAP, mate. Because goals breed confidence in a striker, Bridgeman.
100%. I used to hate it when they come on the pitch confident. I couldn't catch them. But yeah, it's true. You get somebody, a decent player, centre forward, and he's got on strong, and he scored a few goals in a season. But playing against them, you always got to know who you're playing against and what's their form. And if they've got form, then they're flying. And you need to watch them. You need to watch them at Hawk because
it's hard to fly when somebody's done your back of your calf with a studs bridge.
That's the truth. And I hold my hands up because I've mistakenly done that before.
Yes, once or twice. Yeah. What the joys, Bridgeman, eh?
Aye, I used to love it, by the way. It was just right on my street. And the higher I got up football, the more enjoyable it was, you know. Well, you know.
Bet you you're putting the ash into them, Bridgeman. Were you putting the ash parts right into their knees?
Well, yeah, to a certain extent, but
it was black when he played.
And I played a lot of football down in England as well, but there isn't any ash parks down there. It's in the leagues. It's all grass, all good grass pitches, well maintained. That's why you see some English clubs and you wonder where they've came from. You know, the players are really good. It's all there, all the way through grass pitches, just from school. It's tremendous. I'm going to say any more about it.
When you think about it, the facilities we always had were second class, really. It was remarkable the football players we did produce. Or maybe the surfaces helped you because they were that bad. People's technique get better, Bridge.
Playing around burnt out motors, Ox, on the football park.
Aye. Any bit of spare ground, aye. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody's dumped a car on the pitch.
Aye. I met a guy I played with for Fife. He had the dirt on him for the previous Saturday. He took his drawers down in the dressing room. He had the dirt on him for the game before. Good player there. The old game of football, what can you say, yeah?
You actually learn more football at a junior level than you do at the top level, to be honest.
Oh.
It's a really tough league. junior stuff. Junior and first class juvenile. Oh, mate, my God. It's a night and day. Night and day between that and secondaries, you know. But that was my younger days.
Try and explain that. Try and explain that to any youngsters, Bridge.
What do you mean?
Play certain levels if you'd signed on certain levels, mate.
Oh, yeah. It's like, you know, the 3 steps from a league perspective in Scotland, official leagues in Scotland, Scottish secondary, the secondary juvenile league, and then you got the first class juvenile league, and then the juniors. And when you get to the juniors, then the world's your oyster, you know. Because if you can make it in the junior league and look after yourself, there's a good chance you'll get picked up.
Yeah, well,
I can wait. You don't have money.
Is that he's heard and he's heard this site called Lahore Welfare.
Lahore Welfare, yep. All mining team.
They were in the Fife League, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's Alumni, the village of Clotman, you obviously can. There's a fence right round about the King George V Park. And this young winger was playing in there. He was a yelp. He was fast, he was a yelp, and he got left out right on one fence for the sole centre half. You can't do that winger, was it? One Willie Johnson.
Willie Johnson, there you go.
Willie Johnson, aye.
Willie Johnson was Willie Johnson was
You bridge man.
Oh, sorry, pal.
Remember that? Willie Johnson come up to you.
Oh, aye, you bridge man. He came up and tapped me in the shoulder up in the Rangers restaurant, and I turned around and I says, aye. And he said, I can't remember what it was he said to me, but he told us the guys, asked them to talk to me and go and introduce me and so on and so forth. Brilliant. What a wonderful day. That was a wonderful day, that. You bridge man. You bridge man. Really hard man when he said it. I thought I was getting pulled up, you know.
What's Willie Johnson and Bridgeman got in common?
Go on, say it.
Both born in Maryhill.
Aye.
Aye.
Maryhill boy, Willie Johnson.
There you go. There you go.
I'm waiting for that day that Brajami comes up and taps me in the shoulder and goes, "Are you GB?"
Oh dear. I just stole the show tonight, GB.
Not intentionally, mate, not intentionally.
No. I think the boys got it for I think the boys in the WhatsApp got it for the penalty at Dundee United. I don't think anybody got it for the geography.
Do you know that was the light bulb moment, Ox? See, as soon as I've remembered that he scored that penalty, I'm like, that's got to get me out of home. As soon as I remember he banged that penalty, that's been his shining light this season.
Light bulbs, lights are on, but nobody's in.
I like that. I like that one.
On that point, Ox, how important could that penalty goal be come the end of the season now that we are getting excited about these games coming up? I mean,
everything, mate. It'll be one or the other. It'll be. You might look back at that game and say that penalty at that point. That point done it for you, or it might be the 2 points we threw away that night, because we should have won the game about 6-2. You know, and you can. And that's the league. That's the nature of league football, mate. It's all if buts and maybes. You look back and see we should have won that game, or that was a catalyst when we stole that game. That's league football, but I get it.
Oh, aye, absolutely. I mean, you know yourself, you've watched our own team struggle to put the ball in the net and think to yourself, you know, I'd find out when you get up there, you're not putting the net, not only that, but you're absolutely rubbish at the back. and somebody comes up and just steals a wee goal, and sometimes it peps you up and you've got to manage to get it covered and get out, and we've done that. But really difficult. Football's a hard game, in my opinion. It's a very hard game, but the beautiful game is so easy when you can play football. If you've got the touches, by the way, you can see you just waltz past people, waltz past them. Not me. Don't not talking to me. I don't have that.
You're either born with you or no, Bridge. You know,
absolutely. always say the biggest thing on Oxshare is match fitness. You've got eyeball coordination has got to be spot on, and otherwise you hurt yourself or you hurt somebody else, or somebody else is going to run into you. You've got to have that coordination, understand where you are and who's running about you. Otherwise, they're going to crunch you. Simple as that. Tough game. You get that one, GB?
Aye, Bridgeman, aye. I think it's like you say, it's crunch time, mate. That's my main worry is it's Big Giga getting back into that defence. Like I said, he's had a couple of solid performances, but like I said, the quicker Suter and Sterling are back in that squad. I don't mind Giga being the one that's kind of spotting them, but the thought of him running into these games coming up, it kind of gives me the fear a bit. But hopefully the boys will, like I say, get back for injury very, very soon.
Hopefully 2 wins the next 2 games if our squad improves. We'll get our new players back for injury. We'll get the left back fit and the 2 centre halves, stroke right back are back, and our squad gets fitter. Anyway, Bob Chair, we've reached that time of the evening. The last word for your good self.
Absolute privilege tonight again. It's great to talk about when we all played the game, about 10 years ago. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. A privilege to be here as always. I don't bother with that Champions League. It bores the you-know-what's off me sometimes. So I'm on my beloved Rangers radio here a chat about the Gers of the boys. And good luck tomorrow night, Rangers. Here we do it. As you say, Bridgeman, do it for the Gers, because the Gers need us. And I'll see you later on in the week, lads.
Cheers, Bob Ger.
No worries. Bye-bye.
GB.
Aye, cheers for the night, boys. It's always a pleasure, and it's always a learning for the young GB. So I'm glad to be on, because I go away from here every week with new things in my head. So thanks again, boys, and onward to tomorrow night, hopefully for a Rangers win.
That's the trouble, mate. It's what's in your head.
Aye, well, that's what happens. That's what's mucked up and messing my life.
Join the club, GB. Join the club. You know, but I'm just checking something out. Let me get it. Tomorrow night we kick off. Make sure I get it right. 8 o'clock. I'm positive it's 8 o'clock. Yep, guys. Listen, last word, Bridgeman.
Oh yes, what can I say, Oxshare? I've thoroughly enjoyed tonight. I hope everybody listening enjoyed it as well. It's been a really good night for us. Thanks to GB for carrying me through it, and yourself, Oxshare, and of course the Techie boys in the background. And a huge shout out to the Rangers Radio WhatsApp group. Brilliant team, great team. You get them on the pitch, you'll do well. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world, huge big game tomorrow night, biggest game of the season for us. Everybody think about the Rangers and keep it going for them, because they need it. Rangers need us. They're our team. Keep it going.
Yes. Well, I'll be having a word with some of them, mate, with quiz questions, posting the answers. I think they're clever. They'll suffer for that, Bridge. They'll suffer for that.
All right, I like it.
They'll suffer for it. They know who they are. They're in my radar, mate. Yeah. Listen, can I thank Bob Ger for joining us, the one and only GB, Mr. Geography, for taking the time to be with us, and of course, the legend that is the Bridgeman.
I love
the legend as a Bridgeman for taking the time to go on the show. Always great to hear from the Bridge. Thanks to our Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. Rangers Radio will be back at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Talk of all things Rangers as we build up to a home European tie to go to the next at home at Ibrox. Thanks for listening. Take it away, Old School Blue.